Now let's please welcome Martin Starr.
Yeah, what's up, Soho Apple Store?
So, how did you initially get involved in this crazy Norwegian zombie movie?
How didn't I get involved? I don't. They sent me a script and I read it and it was great. It's really funny.
Were you a fan of the original movie?
I only saw the original. That's how you pronounce that word, by the way. I only saw the original because I read the script and really liked it, and then watched the original, which was really good. But I think this really picks up where that one left off and continues in such a great. Did you see the first one?
Yeah, I did. I like this one more, actually.
Yeah. I think it not only continues the story so well in the way that like Evil Dead 1 and Evil Dead 2 kind of work together, and really like it launches into the meat of it in Evil Dead 2. This kind of has a similar trajectory in that like it's action. There's a lot more action in the second one here, but also like the filmmakers and everyone involved, who are mostly the same people on all sides of the camera. They all grew as artists. So like the stunts I think are better. The visual is better. The financially they had more funding, so they could make a better movie. Everything was kind of just
lots more blood this time around,
and a lot more of the blood.
Yes.
Yes.
If you want to see people smashed and ripped apart, and what else, liquefied.
Yeah. If you like intestines.
Yeah, you guys I can tell are a big intestine bunch.
Yeah.
Now, were you always a fan of zombie movies?
By the way, I think all of these people are waiting for me to fix their computers afterward, which I'm not actually capable of doing. So I'm not a Mac genius anymore.
Yeah, you want to look for one of the guys in the blue shirts for that.
This bit could go on for shouldn't have happened at all. What were you going to say?
I was going to say, have you always been a fan of horror movies, and what are your favorite sort of zombie movies in particular?
I like Shaun of the Dead. I like the Evil Dead series, but I wasn't like a huge like zombie nerd.
Okay.
I'm a nerd in many other ways. That is one in which I'm not. But I like them as a genre. I don't watch as many movies as I would like to.
So you don't feel like a great sense of responsibility, sort of contributing to the genre, as it were.
I do when I hear it. When I hear a crowd and like. At one of our screenings, because there are a couple moments where they really go nuts,
right.
And there's one like very aware moment where we comment on the movie itself in the movie, and the audience always goes nuts in that. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
We're walking down and I'm like describing in a very like, well, whatever. But it's just such a cool moment to watch with an audience, and you're like, oh yeah, if they appreciate it, that's when this means something. Then it has like relevance. It has.
Well, what was the most sort of excitable crowd that you showed the movie to? Were you in Austin for Fantastic Fest last week?
I wasn't.
Okay.
No, but it's cool that we won best comedy movie, which is great. They don't have a zombie genre yet,
no,
so
not yet. If anybody's going to do it, it's going to be Fantastic Fest, I'm sure. But I mean, where have you seen the movie with an audience that has?
I saw it in Seattle, at the Seattle International Film Festival, and I saw it in. There was a horror movie festival just outside of Denver. Yeah, I think just like an hour outside of Denver. That was really cool at the Stanley. Is that Stanley Film Festival?
Oh, right.
And that
which takes place, we should tell people, in the hotel that they shot The Shining in, or parts of The Shining.
Well, it's what inspired Stephen King to write the novel. Okay. Yeah, and then they shot it in a different location, but that was the inspiration, and it's an actual haunted hotel. They take it very serious.
Did you encounter anything while you were there?
I did not.
Okay.
No, I did not.
Were you keeping an eye open?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Okay. You have to.
Right. Obviously. Now, can you talk about what it was like filming this thing in Norway? Was it?
Nope.
No.
Can't talk about it.
All right, I tried, guys.
It was cool. We got to shoot in Iceland, and it's just like it's like just a crazy island where so many things haven't formed yet that you see naturally everywhere else in the world. It's like going to Antarctica or something, like in the sense that the trees didn't exist there until people brought them and planted them. So like when you see trees in Iceland, they're in very clear formations. They're not just like clustered in certain areas. Like a lot of trees have been like moved, and I don't know. It's a beautiful in a way that you can't see anywhere else.
Right. Well, let's take a look at a clip from the movie. We should talk about the fact that this movie not only features Nazi zombies, but Russian zombies, who you guys bring back from the dead, which is very cool.
Oh, way to ruin the entire...
I'm sorry. And it is called Red versus Dead.
It is, yeah.
So we're going to see a scene where the Russian zombies come to fight the Nazi zombies.
Booyah.
I do hate that.
Yeah, that would be terrible.
Now, was there any did you ever think about getting into makeup and sort of being a background zombie at all?
I'm half of the zombies.
Oh, you're half.
Yeah, we were a little short on extras, so I had to do everything.
It would be my sort of fantasy, I think, to try to sneak in there somewhere. Yeah, there would be no way to,
right. You'd watch them eat their soup every day at lunch through a straw. That was the only way they could eat their food.
Oh, wow.
Because they had a prosthetic mask on the entire day.
Wow. Yeah, that does not sound great.
Yeah.
I just wanted to talk about some of the other things that you've got going on,
yeah, let's do that.
You are about to, or have you started shooting the second season of Silicon Valley?
We start in 3 weeks.
Okay, and how is that going?
Exciting, really exciting.
Yeah.
It's just so fun.
Sort of, what's the kind of trajectory of this new season?
I can't talk about that, man.
Are you going? I understand that you're going to address the unfortunate departure of your co-star. Yeah. So that'll be, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was a great loss.
He's just the funniest
in so many
man.
ways. Yeah. Not only to our show, but to just the few. I think he was such a talented man.
Yeah.
That it's a great loss to the community.
But Judge is back, obviously, and you guys are having a good time, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. It looks good. I'm really excited about it. Everything that I've read so far looks awesome. It's awesome.
Now, you kind of have a track record of being involved with critically beloved, but let's say short-lived series.
Right.
Was it sort of a relief to get the call that this was coming back for a second season?
See, I did a show for 1 season. I did a show for 2 seasons, and now hopefully we'll do a 3, and then I'll find myself on another show, and I'll do 4 one day.
Right.
I don't know. Yeah, it's really it's such a wonderful experience to be supported from the network, and not only to be supported from the network, but for it to be a network like HBO that really gives so much to the creative, people who it's hired. I feel like a lot of times there's so much desire to change and manipulate, and Mike Judge and Alec Berg are doing such a great job, I think, with this show, and they're getting so much freedom to really create the show that they want to create, and allowing all the actors to do what I think we do best and bring what we can to it. And so everybody's getting an opportunity to do what they want to do, and HBO supports that process. So we have a lot of critical success, and I think we've had success as far as the numbers, which is what it's great too, because HBO cares less about the numbers, I think, than most networks. They care more about the critical success. So the fact that we're appreciated is that's their stamp. It's we have quality work, and I think as long as we live up to that, which I think we'll continue to do this season. I won't talk about season 3 yet, but.
Don't get out of yourself.
Yeah.
Is it still the same amount of episodes? Because there were so few episodes this season.
We did 8 the first season, and then we're doing 10 this season.
Oh, great! That's very good to hear. And you were just in earlier this year you were in the Veronica Mars movie.
I did it. Yeah.
Yeah. How was that? I mean,
that was really fun.
Yeah, you got sort of invited into a cult show instead of being there from the beginning.
I did. I mean, I was already mildly associated with them because everybody else on Party Down, I think, had been on that show already, and most of the same people had come over to create Party Down. So I was connected.
Right.
But yeah, it was really fun to go and be a part of it and try something completely new.
Yeah. And every once in a while we hear about a Party Down movie or something. I mean, have you heard anything about that?
No. It's, there were, I have, but it's not, it's nowhere where I feel confident that it's happening anytime soon, So it's something that we'd all love to do, but now there are so many schedules to work out, and a script has to be completed, and that's like the first step, which I think that's still something that those guys are finding time to make happen.
But it's something that you'd still like to do at some point.
Every single one of the cast would jump on immediately.
Right. Now, there's also sort of been talk about a third Dead Snow. Has Tommy talked to you about where your character would factor into that?
We briefly talked, but I don't think there's any real trajectory yet. It feels so. I mean, it's definitely the ending is they left you. You know, they really leave you wondering if there is a possibility of a third one. But there's no definitive plans. I think at the moment we'll kind of figure it out as we go along.
Well, before we ask these people if they have any questions for you, let's watch another clip which features an out-of-control tank.
What happens next?
What do you guys think happened to those kids?
Do they make it?
Was there ever anything in this movie when you finally saw it that you were like, Jesus Christ, I could not believe they went there?
Nope.
It was all sort of fair game.
Yeah, the stuff that like really pushed the boundary, we cut out of it. Tommy cut out of it. There was a more severe is a strong word to use, but there was a more severe ending. There's like a tag at the end of the movie that is I found charming.
Yeah.
But it got in more detail than they ended up using.
Sexual detail?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Which
okay.
I don't think.
Yeah. We were told to keep it clean up here.
Yeah. Plus, I don't want to ruin what that little tag is.
Yes. It's a very uplifting ending for a movie about zombies and Nazis. Do any of you fine people have any questions?
So, in looking at the first one versus this one, did all the narrative make a lot of sense? And did you, when you fit into this one, because you weren't in I think you weren't in the first one, how did you find yourself, fitting into the ensemble?
Great. I mean, it all made sense to me. I mean, when you see the movie, it all makes sense because we are the Americans that kind of come over to help solve the problem in a very comical kind of way, like in an unbelievable way. It was fun.
There are these real guys that like prepare for the zombie apocalypse.
This is a real organization that allowed us to put their name on this movie.
Really? Did you go and like meet with any of these guys?
The Zombie Squad. It's their T-shirt that I'm wearing.
Right.
It's their logo. They're a real organization.
No, I saw a documentary about zombies.
They're ready when the zombie apocalypse happens.
Right. Contact these guys.
But how ready can you be?
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean.
When it happens, we're all screwed.
You didn't pick up any tips from these guys?
No.
Okay.
I didn't.
Okay. Did you meet with them or?
I wield my hammers and I rock and roll. No, I couldn't. I didn't have time to do any of that.
You just put on a T-shirt and.
Put that sweet tea on and I rock and roll.
When I talked to Tommy for the first film, interviewed him over 4 or 5 years ago, he mentioned that he had like a little bit of wiggle room to allow the actors to do improv.
Did he have a what?
Wiggle room.
Wiggle room to allow the actors to do do the improv. So I was wondering how the collaboration working with him this time around. Is he allowed those things or?
Yeah, he was definitely open to improvisation, but I didn't want to be honest. The script was just really tight the way that it was already, and all the jokes were there. There were like small things that we improvised, like I think it's in the trailer where like I'd say that I killed my first zombie and I like take a selfie or take a picture of myself with the zombie after our first kill, and that was just like a thing that kind of came up. But for the most part, everything that's in the movie was in the script. I was really happy. It made me laugh a lot as I was reading it, so I didn't want to change anything.
Did you get to ride in that tank for reals?
I rode on it. I think I rode on it while it was going. I really wanted to like jump on it and climb up it while it was going, but
they wouldn't let you.
Yeah, I don't remember. There were certainly some legal issues, insurance issues.
In light of your now training to be a zombie fighter, can you give us an outline of the kinds of things that we should prepare for and should know about the zombie apocalypse and the things that, now you've gotten a chance to work out some of these processes and procedures that you can tell us to give us a heads up so we can prepare it?
Definitely. I have one huge tip, which is intestines are very useful in killing them.
Could you elaborate?
I can't, because then I'd be giving away all the ways in which we kill them using their own intestines in the movie.
How you doing, man?
Good. How are you?
I'm excellent, and
Great.
thank you for asking.
You have great hair.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. It's,
I can see it from up here.
Yeah.
That made me happy.
We should go for a drink later. From an actor's standpoint, though, what's the biggest challenge with making a movie like this? Is it the comedy? Is it making the zombies real, or something else? What?
For me, everything was fun. I mean, I love doing
just
comedy. Just in general, it's fun to. That environment is very fun and very different from a dramatic set in general. It's everyone is you're trying to elevate the material and make it as funny as and good as it can be. And then all the other aspects of this movie I was unfamiliar with, so I got to learn a lot, and so that's always fun. The stunts and whatnot, and a lot of blood. I think we used 1,000 gallons of blood or something. I think it was more than that, actually. It was like an insane amount of blood. It was real human blood. Yeah, that is in Iceland, so we could actually use human blood. So as the bodies were, no, it was. I had you for a second. No, it was pig blood. No, I don't think it was pig blood. It was. I don't know what it was. It was like red dye in water. It may have actually been pig blood.
That's gross.
No, it wasn't pig blood. It was.
So, what was the highlight moment then? If it was, a cool job and just easy sledding.
Well, I don't. There were a lot of highlights. One of the highlights was, for me, it was like there was a day when I had a big stunt scene, and this last part of the stunt didn't end up making it into the movie, but we did I take out a group of zombies, and then at the very end, the stunt guy, who I just was like, I was just some actor, I think, to him, and with every right, I'm sure. I don't look like much, and he was like, try and throw the hammer, like near the guy, and I was like, where do you want me to hit him? And he was like, hit him in the face if you can, try, but no pressure. He's like, just anywhere near him, and then we'll cut away, and it'll look like it hit him. So I hit him in the face the first time, and then they're like, that was great. Turned out I busted his lip. So I hit him square in the lip, and it busted his lip open. Now the guy's bleeding, and then they're like, okay, and they still didn't think that I could do it. So they were like, well, now his lip's bleeding, so don't hit him in the face. Try and hit him in the chest, but just make sure you don't hit him in the face. So then I hit him square in the chest 2 or 3 takes, and they're like every time as if I hadn't done it the take before, are so shocked and amazed, and then I don't know, and then it didn't even end up in the movie. But I did everything I was supposed to do. It just didn't happen. It was a cool shot too. He falls into a kiddie pool, and then drowns or something. I don't know.
But did the stunt guy have a funny accent though?
Yeah.
See, you could really do a great job. That's my sort of.
He was Norwegian, so you sound exactly like him.
Yeah. Spit it. Exactly.
Yeah, you got that Norwegian accent down pat. No, he didn't sound like that.
Okay. Well.
Yeah.
Keep in mind that Dead Snow 2, Red vs. Dead, hits theaters and iTunes next Friday.
Yeah,
Thank
I'm
you
really
guys
proud
for coming
of it.
out,
I
and
hope you like
let's
it.
thank Mr. Martin Starr as well.
Thank you.